It is the Tigers and the Cowboys. They are ready for kickoff. So we'll hand it over to your commentary team today. Alana Ferguson, Ruan Sims and Drury Forbes.
Thank you very much, Emma. The Cowboys and the Tigers doing battle here today. There's Sarah Tongatuki on screen for the West Tigers. A leader of their forward pack, Tongatuki. The West Tigers, they can't catch a break at the moment. They've had a horrible run with injuries. Co-captain Kezi Apps, hooker Salma Noor and young gun Harmony Crichton all succumbing to season-ending injuries. And a couple of their players on screen. We saw Rakea Horn back in the side today. There's Lutu, their half. One of the strongest halves in the NRLW. The West Tigers, they are desperate. They face a red-hot North Queensland Cowboys side at home. Perfect record here at Queensland Country Bank this season. North Queensland, they're knocking on the door of the top four at the moment. Kira Dibb, their skipper, and their half. One of the best general play kickers in the NRLW competition. Second all-time in leading NRLW points. And there's Jakaya Whitfeld, who faces her former team, the West Tigers, for the first time today. Tallulah Tillett, she's one of 8 Mackay cutters in that victorious BMD Premiership win earlier in 2024. Sarah Tongatuki at all 3 games for New South Wales this season. Referee is Daniel Schwass. Saturday, NRLW football. We are all systems go here in Townsville. It's the Cowboys taking on the Tigers. And Christian Pio steaming back onto it into the Cowboys' defensive line. This match, the first of our Saturday doubleheader. And as always, we'll have every game of the 2024 NRLW season live and free on Nine's Wide World of Sports as we see our first penalty of the game.
Yeah, really strong start to the Tigers, and they've been known for this, coming out of the blocks, absolutely firing. Sarah Tongatuki earns her team a penalty, a little bit of a gift out of her own half. Looks like a great day for some footy too.
And the Tigers have got some debutantes as well today, which could just be the spark they need. Into the halves comes Evie McGrath, who was originally named to come off the bench. She'll play starting 5'8". A little bit of a reshuffle, Ruan, for the Tigers today.
Yeah, it is, but I still think this is a genuine opportunity. Good offload there through the middle, and I think that's really what is going to be able to try and get them some front foot footy. That offload, they're very good at that through the midfield. If they can keep that up for the whole 70 minutes, they're definitely in for a shot.
Kira, make sure you lock in.
Indeed, here is Sarah Tongatuki still going.
Emma, straight up now. Here. Hold.
Tongatuki, a front rower for the Tigers, and now through George. Here they come. There is the debutant McGrath onto Vetty Welsh, the skipper, as they go wide here, the Tigers. And playing in the centres today, Pilier Russambale with the 6 on her back. The Tigers, look how close they are to the try line.
Last tackle, get up
Looking
now.
for their first win
1 foot, hold.
of season 2024 to be played by Clifford, only a couple of metres away. Comes to Lutu, little kick in behind, aiming for the upright. She hits the padding. It was a wonderful kick in the end, and they're going to force a line drop out here, the Tigers.
Yeah, it's a perfect start to the game for the Tigers. A bit of a gift, earning a penalty out of their own end, and then a lot of ball movement that set. And Lasana Lutu just aiming that grubber at the inside of the right post, and it hit it. She did her job perfectly, and the kick chase was brilliant too from the middle girls.
As we welcome for the first time today, one of the Cowboys' favourite sons. It's good afternoon, JT.
Thanks, Drury. It's good conditions down here. The heat rule has been applied. It's 24 degrees, 71% humidity, and there's a bit of a breeze behind the Cowboys at the moment. But with the heat rule, that means the blue trainer shirt can stay on for as long as they like. There'll be a half-time, a 17-minute break for drinks, and then half-time, an extra 5 minutes as well. So that's the conditions.
Thank you, JT. So we are expecting, Alana, a break at the 17-minute mark today, just due to the conditions of the heat. You see the Tigers there, just a little error.
Yeah, just lost control of the footy there, Sarah Tongatuki. She's been a real leader for the Tigers, particularly with Kezi Apps out, getting injured for the back end of the season. Just the humidity looks like it's going to be the hard part to handle. 24 degrees at the moment and cloud cover, but very humid.
Just the way the Cowboys like it. As they get it to Naikore early there. And a fresh set of 6, almost up to the 30.
That'll be one to keep an eye on. Jakaya Whitfeld and Naikoro working together. Jakaya Whitfeld off that scrum found some space and the pass quite easily. So the Tigers just need to be aware of that threat out wide on this left edge.
Fran Goldthorpe back at fullback after that quad injury to Crystal Blackwell, who's been named as 18th player today for the Cowboys. No Lily Peacock, who's been one of their best. Here's Manzelman. Speaking of one of their best, she was the first ever Cowboys Player of the Year last season, Manzelman. And now the Cowboys with Sarika Muka into the starting side off the bench. A late change, last play. Kira Dibb, we spoke about her kicking game. She has launched that one in the sky, and Vetty Welsh couldn't handle. Neither could Pollard. So wonderful kick from Dibb.
Well, the Tigers' fortunes turned on a dime, didn't it? In a similar position down the opposite end, they turned the ball over on tackle 2 after trying to mount some pressure with a great kick from Lutu. And here, the Cowboys work through their set brilliantly. Kira Dibb, not much kick pressure on her, comes up with a great kick selection. And her chase was right on point to force the error there out of Bovete Welsh. And it was a fast start for the Tigers, but the Cowboys, they're on the attack now, midfield scrum. Again, keep an eye on this Jakaya Whitfeld. She's setting up in behind the scrum. Could look to swing out to the right.
She's a quality finisher, isn't she, Whitfield? They go the way of Peters, though. Unmarked outside of her was Tauhala Liku. Peters will take the tackle. The Cowboys, Tillett, Manzelman. Decoy runner goes through. Here's Bree Chester.
Together. Square. Back foot. Hold. Hold.
Centre of the field only 5 metres away. Manzelman outer side. Dibb. Here they come. Tillett early to Tauhala Liku. Lavinia Tauhala Liku. And the Cowboys, what a wonderful start.
Yeah, it was a really well-structured piece of attack from the Cowboys. A lot of movement off the ball. We'll get to see here on the Harvey Norman replay. Mooker on the inside coming to the left, but watch Kira Dibb. She started in tight, a late sweep. She found her halves partner in Tallulah Tillett, and it was open on that edge previously off the set piece, but they were really patient that set, the Cowboys. A lovely timed run, nice angle, and just found her winger nice and early, Tallulah Tillett. Great footy from the Cowboys.
And JT, you must be up and about down there on the sideline.
Certainly was with that try. I just want to talk about the attention to detail from the Cowboys side there. Kira Dibb comes from behind the ruck. The pass is out in front to her. The pass is out the front to Tallulah Tillett. Catch it in the hands. And then Tallulah Tillett just sums it up beautifully and passes it to the winger. So the attention to detail is crucial when you got attacking that line. So great work from the Cowboys.
And that is the first ever NRLW try to Lavinia Tauhala Liku, who only debuted last week against the Broncos. 2 tests for Tonga. Captain Tonga, the try scorer. First conversion attempt today for Kira Dibb from the sideline. Distance not a problem, accuracy not a problem. Cowboys lead the Tigers 6-0.
Got to be behind the ball.
So we're ready to do battle again here. The Cowboys striking first. 6-0 they lead. 7 minutes gone. Of course, the St George Illawarra Dragons to take on the Canberra Raiders right after this one. Saturday NRLW doubleheader. As we see Barnu play it, penalty to the Cowboys.
I think Brett Kamali will be very disappointed with that. Down the other end, when they conceded that try, their defensive line moved up and then just stopped working. When you're that close to the line, you need to take space off them, and this time here, off the back of conceding points, they concede a penalty. And the Cowboys get straight into good ball, 40 metres out. They like attacking with a little bit of real estate behind the defensive line, the Cowboys.
So the Cowboys now in Tigers territory. Barnu again. junior club, the Tully Tigers. Apparently it rains a bit up there in Tully. Now Power back on the angle. Shania Power, Queensland State of Origin player. Inside the Westpac red zone they go. North Queensland dib. Goldthorpe. Here's Whitfield against the former team. Jakaya Whitfield, the former West Tiger. Cowboys, again, opportunity beckons for them. Chester.
Sarah up, Christian, square. Right here.
Tigers on the ropes early on. Hanselman back towards dib. They're looking for Whitfield. Short. And Jakaya, the Messiah. Whitfield against their former club. The Cowboys are on fire.
How many rhyming words could you try and get into that sentence there, Drury? You were going for gold, but this was gold. It was great work out on the left edge. The previous play, they tried to attack down the left, and I thought Fran Goldthorpe gave it a little bit too early to Jakaya Whitfield. This time on the Harvey Norman replay, you can see here, Kira Dibb takes the line on, engages her defender. She identifies that her 7 marks up on her, has eyes only for her, puts the ball in front of Jakaya Whitfield, who uses her footwork to get around Lasana Lutu. She had a great game last week, and then to see her just back up with another good start today, that's excellent for the Cowboys.
Yeah, the Tigers just let that happen. They let them get that territory, but have a look at Ralph James Smith out the back. Rakia Horn is just so sold. She knows what a threat. That opens up the one-on-one opportunity with Jakaya Whitfield, but they're disciplined. They needed the kick pressure. They need to not come up with those errors, the Tigers, because gifting the Cowboys field position like that, they're a great attacking side, which they've shown nice and early.
Well, JT, if you were excited before or after the first try, how are you feeling now?
Yeah, extremely excited. It was great ball movement from the Cowboys. They hit the sideline and then they get back to the post and then they go back at that same place where they just went to the sideline. So great work from Kira Dibb as she walks in for the kick.
Straight over the black dot from Kira Dibb. The Cowboys 12, the Tigers yet to score. So ready to go again. Oh, a little trick kick from the kickoff. A horrible bounce for Muka. And that'll go dead. So the Tigers just catching a break on this occasion.
Nice shot around.
Well, the oval-shaped ball, this is what it does when you let it bounce. It invites what into your life?
That is very disappointing.
The moral of the story, don't let the ball bounce. Christian Pio, the former Parramatta Eel grand finalist. She's having a strong season from the Tigers, as is this lady, Tonga Turkey. 4 Cowboys required to bring her to the ground. The Tigers just looking to find something here and stay in touch. Here's a chance, Betty Welsh. Cut out pass, Pollard. Oh, right at the death, Rebecca Pollard had it stripped. All she had to do was put the ball down.
Yeah, really good defence from the Cowboys. Just to close that up, I thought Betty Welsh ran a really nice line and popped out.
In the middle.
Nice pass to her winger. She probably needed to get low and dive a little bit earlier, but great defence from the Cowboys.
Get up, square. Here we are.
Vidalina Nyakore.
Go zero.
Gee, they went close, Roo.
Oh, did they what? Pollard, yeah, if she'd got head first, she would have been all right, but that is great last-ditch defence there. Fran Goldthorpe over the top. Nyakore down low.
Clear the grip.
Good scramble by the Cowboys, up 12 points and still coming up with that defensive effort on their own line. Oh, no.
Oh, little knock on from Bree Chester. Just inviting the Tigers back in.
Where's middle? Yep.
And they'll take that, the Tigers.
Well, we know it's warm up there,
Back
but
here, girls.
when it's, I think JT said it was 71% humidity, there is going to be some sweat and some residual moisture on the ball. You have to be really certain of your ball security.
Heads in. Lock off.
There's Ricky Henry, the Cowboys coach, first season in charge. He took the Kiwi Ferns to the 2021 World Cup final. against the Gillaroos. Now, don't tell me, Alana, the Tigers have dropped it on the very first tackle.
Yeah, put it straight out in front. Pileo Rasembale didn't get her hands around the footy, didn't tuck it into her chest. Is exactly what happened with the Cowboys, actually. Pretty humid, a little bit slippery. Got to take those ones on the chest.
Sideline, Jonathan Thurston. JT, how humid is it down there at ground zero?
Yeah, well, I'm sweating here watching the girls play, but with the humidity, you need to be a bit more smarter and make sure that you're passing the ball not so deep into the line, and the attention to detail with passes out in front is crucial.
Thank you, JT. Madalena Naikore again for the Cowboys, so 36 away from the Tigers' try line. They lead 12-0. Chester, and she gets it away to Banu.
Christian, get up!
S.A. Banu, so strong. As is this lady in Muka. Sarika Muka. Now Chester at first receiver, Dib. They go short this time to Tiana Rastram-Smith. Hanselman takes off, short to Banu. Good pressure from the Tigers marker. It was Talataina, and they've forced the turnover here, Wes.
This feels like a little bit of a theme for the day already. We might have to see some sticky spray make its way out there to try and help the girls. But there is, what JT said, passing the ball when you're deep into the line or when the ball runner is actually getting into the defensive line. It's a tough catch any time of the day, but when it's this humid and the ball is that slippery, you've got to really make sure of it.
The West Tigers here through Pollard, Rebecca Pollard, Narellan Jets Jr. Little offload away as they keep it alive here. The Tigers, Lutu, cut out. That was lovely, finding Horn. And Lasana Lutu. Here's Nevada George, changing direction. Up by Whitfield and also Chester. Last play, Lutu should run it right to the line, gets the pass away, still on here for the Tigers. Talataina, Horn, one to beat. Goldthorpe in defence, had to make the tackle, and she did.
Oh, she probably needed to get that pass away. She had to play her open, but that's good footy, keeping the footy alive. I loved how Lasana Lutu took the line on at pace. That's what created those opportunities. Found her back rower. Had options either side here. That last pass from Nakia Horn, she had a player on the inside. But good footy, all off Lasana Lutu. A great running half at the line, just putting defence in 2 minds.
They're just mixing it up there, the Tigers, and finding some success.
Held, release.
Here's the try scorer, Tauhala Liku. Tillett distributes on to Power. Back to Tillett, Manzelman, standing start. Goldthorpe, the English woman, she keeps it alive. And now Yarrow, who's on, Lillian Yarrow. Australian schoolgirl, went to Emmaus in Rockhampton, same school as Cameron Munster. The North Queensland Cowboys. Played by Muka as they go high. Look at the chase here from Naikore. She'll contest. Whitfield's lurking as well. Pollard to clean up.
Time off. Zero, drinks break. 1 minute.
I think the referee here signalling for that drinks break we spoke about earlier.
Yeah, halfway through the first half, obviously with the heat. This is part of the scheduling. They'll have extra drinks breaks, extended half time, but the Cowboys, they've done some good things in this first half. They turned the Tigers away. They forced a couple of errors, but I think both sides handling errors, I don't think either coach would be very happy with, so I'm sure they'll be trying to address that in this short break that they have now.
Yeah, both teams. The Cowboys have completed 4 from 7. The Tigers 3 from 7. So as Rue mentioned, coughing up those errors, just turning the footy over. But they're playing some great footy. I love seeing the Cowboys halves link up. Kira Dibbs obviously very busy both sides of the ruck, but just their timing off one another looks far more in sync this game. They look pretty fit too, I reckon, the Cowboys. Great variety in their attack, lots of ball movement. Either side of the ruck, promising signs.
So 12-0 at the drinks break. Of course, we will be taking drinks breaks today, halfway through each half. As we head downstairs again, here's JT.
Yeah, you got the camera on Emma Menzelman there. She was just at the sideline with the doc getting her eye checked, so hopefully it's not too bad, but we'll keep an eye on her for the rest of the half.
Tell you what, Sala Tongatuki is taking it as her personal mission to run at Emma Menzelman every time she has the football, so I'm not surprised the eye may have copped a whack on in some of the contact she's been putting herself into, but she is key for the Cowboys through the middle.
The Cowboys and the Tigers have met once previously. It was a 16-12 win to the Cowboys in round 4 last year at Totally Workwear. Of course, both these teams in their second NRLW season. Here's Sarah Tongatuki once again. 2023 Tigers Player of the Year. She's got a real motor on her. On the inside, the Rakea Horn. And Horn still going. There's now Ebony Pryor, and the kick comes in. And just a little bit too much on the kick.
Yeah, she drove that way too low and long. She had enough time too to set up, but it's sometimes can be a bit tricky when you're playing on that left edge and you're a right foot kicker. It's never going to be a contestable kick, that's for sure.
Cowboys currently in 7th position, 3 wins and 3 losses, and a win today would put them into 5th on for and against, but equal with a number of other teams in the top 4. It's Goldthorpe there playing it, fullback. And now Yarrow made her NRLW debut in round 3 versus the Eels this year. Harden, Talisha Harden, the former Jillaroo. What a career she's had. Comes off the bench these days, but still offers plenty. Now up to the 30, the Cowboys. That was Chester. Tillett, the kick. Chased by Tauha Laliku, and again the Tigers not able to handle as Jasmine Peters scoops it up, and she's got another for the Cowboys.
Yeah, they might have a look at this. I think she might have spilt it. What about that?
In the middle.
3 Cowboys charging at you. Enough time to kick too, Tillett. Great little contestable kick. You heard the footsteps.
And Tauha Laliku really timing the contact there on the Tigers winger to perfection. It was Tiana Lee Thorne from the Tigers.
See a knock on. Didn't see a knock on at all from that replay. Yeah, they get another crack.
And Manselman.
Evie stand, square.
Picked up by Evie McGrath. Their first NRLW game. Chester as they work it back towards the post. See the Cowboys.
Up Neil. Back foot. Wait.
Options either side. And now Dib. She had power with her. Tongatuki and P.O. Wrap up Dib, but she got the offload away, and they have the overlap here. Tillett just sends Peters on the inside.
It's got to go out to the left here. The Tigers' defensive line has completely collapsed.
And that's the way they go, although Chester just setting it up for the next play. Outer side this time. Tillett, little double pump, ball in 2 hands. And now back to Kira Dib on the last, a crossfield kick. Whitfield and Naikore, the targets, the Tigers. Oh, what a take! What a take to hang on to that, Rebecca Pollard.
Well, Naikore was coming through with absolutely everything, and Pollard, they were wrestling for that ball in the air. I'd like to see that on replay. That is a great effort by the young winger. Look at this. The whole way to the ground she fought for it. Good stuff.
She was not conceding that try, was she? Brooke Talataina, Rugby Sevens background, New Zealand born. And now the Tigers. Natasha Penatani, there's Tongatuki. Well-earned break for her. They get to their kick, Wes. And a tricky one there for Lavinia Tauha Laliku.
Marcus square, hold. Montana,
Peters will play it. Tauhala Liku scored the first try in this one.
Stand together. Here we are, Ebony. Hold.
Strong carry.
Hold on, Tana.
Here's Goldthorpe. She'll take a run, the fullback. Fran
Good
Goldthorpe.
deal. All the way here.
4 tests for England. Won the English Super League with the Leeds
Get up,
Rhinos
Christian. Here we are.
women's team in 2022.
Last tackle.
Breachester. Last play coming up.
Go. Not late.
Kira Dibb again, they go high.
15.
And again a test for Pollard. And this time Naikore gets to it first. A little wobble,
Last tackle, change over.
a little fumble. And it'll be a changeover.
Well, the Cowboys, they're just winning the ruck through the middle at the moment. They're jumping in behind, getting good ruck speed.
Let's go.
Off the back of it, it means that Kira Dibb is having plenty of time to get those nice end-of-set kicks away. This time it doesn't quite come off for the Cowboys, but they're consistently putting pressure on their last tackle options, which is good.
Move. Yeah.
Saw there Rebecca Pollard and a strong carry from her there. She was outnumbered again in that dip kick.
Shania, get up now. Over the line.
Got to get us some help, the Tigers. Right on halfway, Vetty Welsh, the skipper, she wanted a penalty. As they straighten here, Evie McGrath on debut, Australian schoolgirl.
Hold, Emma.
Starting 5'8" today for the Tigers, coach Brett Kamorley. Just changing up the
Last
halves.
tackle, Emma. Square.
Pilia Rasambale playing centre today. Here's Lasana Lutu.
Ebony.
And there Corey evades the tackle attempt from Pollard and can't get past Horn. Now, is there a little knock
Yeah,
on
she
there?
lost that. She lost that. She got a little bit too tricky for herself there. It was
Yep.
sharp
Lock on.
footwork. She caught it well.
Middle.
But as she danced away, she had the ball in 2 hands. Evades Pollard, but just there. Pressure from Rakaya Horn. Here we go, Tigers.
Let's go, girls. 10 seconds. Let's get in. 10 seconds.
Let's go down to JT sideline.
10.
Yeah, just with that error, there's a lot of hands on hips from the girls, so they'll have to apply themselves to that defence here, the Cowboys, and try and turn the Tigers away here. So a great opportunity for the Tigers.
Indeed, a wonderful opportunity. Tiana Lee Thorne.
Tallulah, up.
If they can get one here, the Tigers, it'll be game on.
Right on the mark.
And now Clifford. Montana Clifford,
Held.
in
Emma,
the third
release.
NRLW
Goal
game.
line. Locked in. Untangled.
The back rower for the West Tigers. So Pryor, she sends it short to Pio. And the ball comes loose.
Backwards, get up.
Now, knocked backwards the call from the
Untangle,
referee.
untangle.
Gee,
Hold.
that's a lucky break there for the Tigers. Now George, Nevada George.
They've just wasted a couple of tackles.
Haven't they?
Goal line.
And now from dummy half, Pryor. Legs pumping, tackled in goal.
Time off. Tackle 5.
Yeah, I agree with you, Alana. I think there's a couple they just didn't need to hit a forward there. What they needed to do was stretch the defence of the Cowboys, then come back to the middle. But on the last,
And here's Lutu and Vetty Welsh, the little
That's
dummy. She's through. Bo Vetty Welsh. And when her team needed it the most, the captain has delivered. Tigers on the board.
Yeah, I thought they probably had opportunities both sides of the ruck earlier on in the set, but just getting the ball to Vetty Welsh nice and deep. She's got pace. She had her winger there as an option as well, but footy in 2 hands, just took the line on. You see here on the Harvey Norman replay, the angle of Vetty Welsh's line's perfect, but I love the way that Lasana Lutu's playing. When she gets the footy in her hands, she takes the line on, she digs right in, and then just Vetty Welsh setting herself up with that little bit of depth, time to room to move, and just holds them up, footy in 2 hands and goes straight through. Made it look easy in the end.
And JT, over to you. The Tigers, the first time we've really seen them spread the ball with success today.
Yeah, and it's come down to Lasana Lutu. Watch her ball skills here. Balls in 2 hands, takes it deep into the line, pass out in front for Vetty Walsh, and the skill from Vetty Walsh. She shows, puts the ball under the right arm, palms Jakaya Whitfield off, and the Tigers get their first points for the day.
yeah, what else made that was the second rower running that, Rakea Horn running that lead line. That got Jakaya Whitfield really interested. Drew her in, space was on the outside, and Bovete Welsh popped out. Tough kick for Piliae Rasambale.
Kicking at 82% this year, 9 from 11. Piliae Rasambale as she moves in.
Stay on side. Time on.
So I tried to Bovete Welsh.
Stay on.
Co-captain with Kezi Apps. Of course, she becomes sole captain these days with the Apps injury. She's represented the Gillaroos. She's also represented the Maori All-Stars.
Square markers.
And plenty to look forward to in 2024. The Pacific's biggest sporting event is back for 2024. Witness great against great as the very best men's and women's players from 7 island nations compete for glory and pride. Because across the Pacific, footy isn't just a game. It's our passion, our culture, and it runs deep. Tickets to the 2024 Pacific Championships are on sale now. Secure your tickets at nrl.com/tickets.
I'll tell you what, Brett Kamali will definitely not be happy with this. Error off. She just loses control of that one, Penatani. Off the back of points, you really want to try and consolidate that next set of 6.
Okay, come forward, Tigers.
8 minutes before
10
half time.
seconds.
And they're really going to have to rely on their defence now.
Emma, in. Yep, shot clock off. Okay, 2 hands. In.
It's a coach killer, isn't it? Completing after you finally score that first try and you're behind the 8 ball. Till it now for the Cowboys.
Tara, get up and square. Yeah, hold. Hold.
12 points to 4. Shania Power. Right edge second rower. Till it, Talisha Harden.
Natasha, up square. Right side. Boom. Hold. Go 3, Brooke.
See the Westpac red zone. Cowboys with a few extra play the balls. Clock up a couple here this set as well.
Up square now. 1 foot.
Just getting it to Whitfield, Goldthorpe rather nice and early, the Cowboys, and now back towards the middle. Yarrow onto Chester. Can't beat the tackle of Clifford around the legs. Last play, quick play the ball, trouble for the Tigers. Manzelman, Tillett on the inside. Peters straightens, powers away over. Can she get it down? Knock on the call.
Yeah, although she was just running into too many defenders. I thought the space was out wide. When Manzelman jumped out, she probably needed to release that footy straight away. They had great shape, they had numbers, but just came back towards the ruck, towards where all those Tigers players were, and they did well to force an error here. Betty Welsh running around the ball.
A quick definitive call by the referee, Daniel Schwass, on that occasion. Rakea Horn into the side today. Tess Staines played centre last week for the Tigers. As they work it up the middle. One-handed pickup from Chelsea Saville, the other NRLW debutante, so she's on the field, the 19-year-old hooker.
On the mark, play on.
Penalty, a quick tap, and off goes Saville. Chelsea Saville!
Time off.
In the first NRLW game. I thought she was going to go all the way then, Ruan.
Oh, I tell you what's disappointing. Those metres won't count for her either, because he's pulled it back. He's pulled it back. He's giving the penalty. And it was very smart play.
Okay.
That's what happens when you know the rules.
Yeah. Hold 10. Let's go.
It really does create opportunities for your teams. But again, this turn for the Tigers, let's see what they can come up with.
Bree, square now.
I thought for a moment the referee was okay with the play on there. There's great awareness from Saville. Now Tara Renke, the former Canberra Raider. Couple of metres out, Lutu, Talataina. Tigers looking for back-to-back tries here. Natasha Penatani. So Saville this time, George, the other debutant in McGrath. She got it away there. Now to Lutu in the centre, little kick in behind, bouncing ball, tricky bounce. Tiana Rothstrand-Smith read it to perfection.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Evie McGrath stay on her feet there. She lost her feet out there on that left edge, and I'm looking forward to seeing her really attack that short side, a well-read kick.
Well, she seems to have a good running game on her.
Yeah, she's strong too.
Yeah, and that, just unfortunate that she did slip over because she created a half break there, and you're right, if she kept her feet, I think the Cowboys' defence would have struggled. But now, let's just see if the Tigers' defence can make sure they keep the Cowboys down here and not give away penalties.
Jakaya Whitfield, almost a one-on-one strip. One of the earlier plays there from Thorne from the Tigers.
Last tackle, roll out.
Good defensive set from Wests. Hardened to play for North Queensland. Oh, a little juggle there. So good pressure for the Tigers, good line speed. And Dib just had a little look.
Yeah, she had a look. She was just about to get that 5th tackle kick off and away. You'll get to see it here. Just struggling. There's been a few players that have been struggling with that ball handling. Getting set for that kick. Lost her lollies. Great opportunity for the Tigers.
Yeah, she didn't even have a look. It was dropped on her very, very late. So need to make sure the service is on point. JT spoke about it. Attention to detail. Really important in this game.
Talataina for the Tigers. Saville the 17. George, McGrath, Vetty Welsh, still going. There's Pilier Rassambale playing centre today. As she sends it to Montana Clifford. And Clifford.
Time off. Tackle 5. 5. Straight out 10. Mark a square, Emma.
So crucial little period here. Can they force a repeat set or even come up with points? Only a few minutes until the break. Crossfield kick here for Pollard. Naikore. And she was up to the task, Naikore. Exceptionally done.
Well, I was thinking there's a really good matchup between Rakaya Horn and Jakaya Whitfield, but I tell you what's come to light. The matchup between Naikore and Pollard on the wing. They've come together a couple of times and they've had some good tussles, so the second half will be really interesting to see who wins that battle, as the Tigers player is left out in back play. It was Clifford, yeah, she's up and moving, that's good.
So 12 points to 4, 2.5 to play in the first half here at Queensland Country Bank Stadium. Talisha Harden, the veteran, beyond the 30. Now Tillett with the kick on the last, and they're just starting to win the territory battle here, the West Tigers, over the last 5 minutes, Alana.
Yeah, well, they forced Tallulah Tillett to kick it from inside of 40 then, so a really good defensive effort off the back of a great kick into the corner, and just the entire set they moved up. They're now getting some good momentum up the field again, ready to attack. We haven't really seen their halves combine much. They're pretty split in the way that they're attacking.
Back to Saville there from Nevada George, and now Renke.
Left.
Played by Renke, one-handed pickup Saville. Gets away from Yarrow. McGrath cut out. Pilier Rassambale, little don't argue. On the outside this time to Thorne. And the ball trickles over the sideline.
Well handled by the Cowboys, just using the sideline as that extra defender. A dummy half needed to let the ball go straight away then to Evie McGrath. Sort of held it up, which gave the defence time to get over. And just did a really good job to hold her up and whip her out there the sideline.
I think Thorpe just needed to come back against the grain on that one. Pilier Rassambale had moved into her channel. She came back against it. She would have fought for a nice quick play the ball. They'd still be on the attack.
And North Queensland, they've had to absorb a lot of pressure from the Tigers. There's Fran Goldthorpe. And a little offload to Dib. Now that was sloppy, and here's Lasana Lutu, who soccers off the ground. They've got it again, the Tigers, with less than a minute to go.
Well, defence pressure. That is what they've come up with, the Tigers, and here they go. They're on the push. Cowboys are just a little bit rattled through the middle here.
Brooke Talataina with some valuable metres. They're inside the 10. Chelsea Saville to Natasha Penatani.
Held. Green, release now. Right here.
Saville, she's looking left, and they go that way out of side. George, McGrath, and the winger wasn't in position there, Thorne, and a little knock on in the end as the Cowboys pick it up through Tauha Laliku.
They got that all wrong. Premeditated play, pass to a winger wasn't on, nor was it accurate. Just playing way too before the line.
Here and hold. Hold.
Really predictable.
It is a new back line for the Tigers. So that's half time, but the Tigers certainly showing something, particularly in that final 5 minutes of the first half. Half time here at Queensland Country Bank Stadium. The North Queensland Cowboys 12, leading the West Tigers 4.
Welcome back. Tough conditions up in Townsville. Humidity over 70%. Let's see how the players handle it. To take you through all of the second half action, Ruan Sims, Alana Ferguson and Drury Falls.
Thank you very much, Emma. The Cowboys out onto the playing surface at Queensland Country Bank Stadium, as are the Tigers. And the Cowboys have won 4 of 5 when leading at half time since joining the NRLW at the start of 2023. And let's get down to business here in the second half as the Tigers kicking off. They trail the Cowboys 12 points to 4. This is the first match of our doubleheader Saturday. The Dragons and the Raiders still to come. We've got your whole day covered. And of course, we'll have every game of the 2024 NRLW season live and free on Nine's Wide World of Sports. Can the Tigers make a comeback here and win their first game of the season? So North Queensland up towards halfway. Goldthorpe on to Peters.
Get up, Pauline. Hold. Wait. Pauline.
So 5 into Tigers territory, the Cowboys.
Last tackle.
Lillian Yarrow on the last tackle, 40 away. There's Menzelman to Dib, and again, there's that high kick, just allowing those chasers to come through rather, as Vetty Welsh takes it cleanly for the Tigers and their first possession of the second half.
Yeah, well, we spoke to JT at half-time about the wind, and I think we just saw a little bit of it there where Kira Dib, if she can get the ball up like that, it'll just sit up in that wind a little bit, and it'll give her chasers even more time to get down there and put pressure on the Tigers. They were good at that in the first half, the Cowboys. They want to continue on in that vein.
The Wide World of Sports has launched a new podcast, Marley and Me. Through themes of family, culture and identity, our own Marley Silva uncovers the personal stories behind some of the biggest names in rugby league. Her chat with Kaylin Ponga is fascinating and is available right with Jordan Ricky dropping on Monday. Find Marley and Me at 9 now, or where you get your podcast. That's Marley and Me.
You can challenge.
Tigers just coming up with a play the ball error here. Natasha Penatani, I think it was. You going to challenge it?
Time off. Captain's challenge. Tigers are challenging decision of a lost ball. Coming into 5.
They definitely needed a quick play the ball because out to the right they had numbers. She might be claiming that there is a Cowboys hand in this, playing at the football.
Tackle is complete at this stage. Just looking at the right hand of the defender. After the tackle is complete, the Cowboys player pushes at the ball, causing ruck interference. The captain's challenge is successful.
And front rowers everywhere breathe a sigh of relief.
Speaking from experience, Ruth.
As does that man, I'm sure.
Gee. He'd love some good fortune, Brett Kamali, wouldn't he? Oh, boy. They won their first 2 games. What a tackle. Tiana Rostron-Smith. No stranger to a big hit. They won their first ever 2 games in the NRLW, the Tigers. And that was at the start of last year. They haven't won a game since. Looking for their first win of the season here today against the Cowboys. Nevada George and now Evie McGrath. Starting 5'8" today. And there's Saville, a dummy half, their teammates earlier this year for the Illawarra Steelers in the Tasha Gale Cup winning team. Vetty Welsh, only a few metres away. And now pinning the ears back on Tanner Clifford. Last tackle. The Tigers a metre away. Saville goes herself. Chelsea Saville on debut. And she wasn't far away.
And they look pretty comfortable defending their line then, the Cowboys. Tigers certainly don't have as much ball movement and options as what the Cowboys do when they attack, but good marker read. Made sure that that ball was very secure to Tillett. Still a pretty tricky place to try and work their way off their own line, the Cowboys.
They're in the battle though, the Tigers, aren't they?
Yeah, they're in the battle, without a doubt. Also, the conditions we've spoken about so many times, a great opportunity if you can get pressure and numbers on the ball, just to force some errors, create some of those opportunities. Great job to secure the ball then. Letting Talisha Harden get those offloads because they can be tricky in these conditions, just making you run. I think ball possession and bringing fatigue into the game that way is going to be crucial for this second half.
Played by Tiana Rastran-Smith, and a deeper kick this time, still spiralling from Kira Dibb, and still a tricky one. That's McGlone at the back for the Tigers. A sea of Cowboys to greet her, and they'll be coming from deep in their own territory this time, West. The skipper, Vetty Welsh, runs into Harden, Menzelman, and also Bree Chester. Her 28th tackle already, Bree Chester, the Cowboys lock forward. Pollard.
Talisha Harden just struggling back into position for the Cowboys.
Lutu on to Rakaya Horn. Two-time grand finalist with the Dragons in 2019 and the Eels in 2022. Rakaya Horn. And Tongatuki, who's back on the park.
She had a good first stint for the Tongatuki. Having her back out there nice and early will just help that middle.
Chip and chase by Lutu. Regathered by Lutu. Pass on the outside to Pollard, who kept it alive. And the Cowboys have intercepted it. Now they're away through Nyakore.
Oh, Nyakore did well there, but what a lovely little chip and chase from Lasana Lutu. She needed a winger to be flying onto the footy then. At pace, look at this. Just ran at her opposition half, Kira Dibb, and got a great little bounce, catch, pass. That's good footy, I love it. Backyard footy.
She loves the backyard footy, does Lasana Lutu, and again, asking questions of the Cowboys, but here they are with it, North Queensland, Shania Power. They lead by 8. Chester spinning her way forward. Last play coming up here for the Cowboys. Tillett, Peters, support on the outside, goes herself, Jasmine Peters! And Jasmine Peters has her 4th try of the season. She just can't stop scoring for the Cowboys.
Well, way to turn defence into attack from the Cowboys. They turn the Tigers away down one end, and on the Harvey Norman replay, it's Tillett finding Peters in plenty of space. Nevada George is out there on that left edge, defending alongside Montana Clifford, and I think that's just really good football by Tillett. She identifies that there's 2 forwards standing out there. Jasmine Peters has got the pace, and they run onto the football, which is important. They keep moving. They don't stay still. And Tillett comes up with a nice pass, and Peters, great movement.
Yeah, she was just in the right channel then. Jasmine Peters, she started in that wider channel on the outside of Nevada George, and she held her line. Tallulah Tillett didn't overplay her hand here. You get to see here Emma Manzelman jumps out, gives Tallulah Tillett time, but just giving Jasmine Peters the footy in that outside channel. And then all she had to do was straighten up, either commit the winger and offload, but it was too easy. She got to go straight through.
And JT, her 4th try of the season for Jasmine Peters. She leads the Cowboys in the try scoring so far this year.
Yeah, she's been outstanding. What I've loved about the Cowboys today is once they've hit that edge, they've gone back to the middle, and then they've gone back to that same edge, which is causing fatigue in those defenders that have had to make those tackles in the previous play. So great work from the Cowboys as Kira Dibb slots it.
So Jasmine Peters, the try scorer there on screen, her 4th of the season. Another one with Australian Rugby Sevens background, Queensland under-19s. And I thought Alana for a moment there, she was going to pass and draw the fullback, Betty Welsh, but Peters, she only had eyes for the try line.
Yeah, well, she made the right decision. She certainly could have passed if the winger had made contact, but she was close enough to the line. She had great momentum and just kept it simple. They've done a good job, the Cowboys, to keep it simple when they have to.
Let's head down to JT for an update.
Oh yeah, sorry, just a quick update on Telstra Harden. She rolled her ankle last week and she was coming back slow to the line in this previous set, so they've taken her off and put her straight into the tunnel. So yeah, it's an ankle problem for her.
Thanks, JT. Big blow for the Cowboys. One of their leaders, Telstra Harden. As we see a knock-on from North Queensland here. Tough one around the ankles, the pass.
Yeah, that's a hard one to pick up any time of day, let alone when you're 43 minutes into a game in these kinds of conditions. Just that execution now starting to falter. We saw this creep in the first half.
Heads down, Chelsea. Okay, shot clock off. 2 hands, Lasana. In, hold!
So I'll have to do it without Telstra Harden by the looks of it. The Cowboys, they do have a handy lead. As the Tigers over halfway, they go through Clifford in her 3rd NRLW game. The 20-year-old. Now Renke.
Emma, up now and square.
Saville still at hooker. Of course, it was Pryor who started the game, and now George on the inside. Sarah Tongatuki, pass one. And the reinforcements arrive. Like a freight train, Tongatuki now, Lutu rather, short side to Horn. Talataina fires it back to Lutu, Nevada George off the left foot. And a creative offload away, might turn out okay here for the Tigers. But Power and Menzelman there to tackle the Tigers captain, Betty Welsh. Evie McGrath, little kick in behind. And Goldthorpe, tricky bounce! Evie McGrath! Relentless pursuit of the try line, and McGrath on debut. A magical start to her NRLW career.
Yeah, what a great moment for Evie McGrath. And they had all that ascendancy off the back of Sarah Tongatuki. This is her run, as you see here on the Harvey Norman replay, just barnstorming. She's been a leader of the pack and has made great momentum for the Tigers all day. Great second stint, but here on that short side, Evie McGrath just came off her left foot to straighten up, find some space to put in her grubber kick, and she got a lovely little kick away. Footy in 2 hands, just coming off her left foot to dink in that right foot grubber. And then the pressure on the ball, too good.
I really like that she didn't overplay her hand here. She knew she just had to get ball to boot, and then she chased her own kick. Fran Goldthorpe, the bounce of the ball just beat her there. You can just see they're trying to swipe at the ball, but oh, did she get that down cleanly?
Please.
Oh, please, give the girl a try. Well, the referee's not making any moves, so hopefully that is, yep, try confirmed. Good stuff by the young. I think she overplayed her hand earlier when she tried to throw a big pass out for the last play, but this is money play.
Well, this is more instinctive footy. The last one where she overplayed it, it was all premeditated and it didn't go to plan. But you can see when she's switched off and she's just playing footy, she makes the right decisions.
So the conversion attempt coming up, Pauline Pillier-Russambale. It's coming back, not quite enough. 18 points to 8, the Cowboys lead. So Evie McGrath scores on debut. As we mentioned earlier, her and Chelsea Saville, teammates earlier this year for the Illawarra Steelers and that winning Tarsha Gale Cup team. both sharing a debut today. Sarah Tonga-Tuki, have a look at the venom in her face as she brings this one back.
Oh, you could see it. You could see it from a distance, that one. She was winding right up, looking to get straight at Feifua there. Exactly what she did in the first half against Manselman. She's up for this challenge.
Reminds me of Ruan Sims in the peak of her career.
Oh, I don't think it was ever that quick, to be honest.
You're very humble, Ru. And the Tigers, Tonga-Tuki certainly sparking them. The Paris 2024 Paralympic Games begin August 28. Watch every medal, every moment live and free on 9 and 9 Gem, plus stream more than 20 live sport channels on 9 Now. Tune in for an incredible Paralympics experience now showing on 9 and 9 Now. And have a look at the Tigers, Rakaya Horn. They've pulled a rabbit out of a hat here, the West Tigers.
That's just good footy, and straight from the middle of the field too. Get to see here Lasana Lutu get a really nice pass out the back of traffic. On the Harvey Norman replay, this is it. This first pass, just making sure that they committed S.A. Banu it was to create that space, and then beautiful passing off the back. Great attacking shape. They might have got a little bit lucky there, but Rakia Horn, there's been a couple of times in this game where she hasn't thrown that pass and it's been on. She did it really brilliantly and nice and early, which was the key. But Lasana Lutu coming out the back of traffic, found her back rower, and this pass had to happen at that time, which made it really effective, Roo. That was good footy to watch.
Yeah, it sure was. And S.A. Banu created that space, as you said. And I think it was just great movement. The winger stayed up. That was really cool, and that's what I loved.
And JT, a couple of tries to the West Tigers. How are the Cowboys fans feeling?
Yeah, they'll be very nervous. As you can see on your screen there, the left edge of the Cowboys didn't come up with S.A. Banu, so she's doing the right job there by getting forward. The left edge doesn't come up, and the Tigers make them play. But Rakaya Horn, she's been outstanding for the West Tigers this year. The more ball they can give her in space, the better.
Yeah, Rakaya Horn, one of the inclusions today as Coach Brett Kamali just reshuffled his back line. Conversion successful. It's a 4-point game. Cowboys 18, Tigers 14.
Just tell us, but like if we
have Connor in comms telling us.
Well, just like that, it's a 4-point game here at Queensland Country Bank Stadium. The Tigers, wouldn't they love to taste victory? It's been a long season. It's well and truly game on, Alana.
Game on. I love it. I think everyone's desperate to see the Tigers get a win and a strong second half performance, which they've come out here and they've made a real statement. That woman there, Sarah Tonga-Tuki, she gets another penalty out of their own end. Quick tap. Really positive start.
Yeah, well, she's added plenty of spark too, Saville. And off the back of Tonga-Tuki's incisive runs, the way she drags the defence in, there's plenty of opportunity for her there.
So Clifford again. On that left side, Ranke. So the West Tigers average less than 10 points in 2024. They've already scored 14, and they've got a real spring in their step now. Horn draws in a player on the outside to Pollard. Rebecca Pollard. A very late pass.
Well, the ref had already called hold, and she was about to go into touch. That's why she flung the ball back in.
Hold.
She's been impressive, Rebecca Pollard, and highly involved from the get-go. Brooke Talataina for the Tigers. Last play, they're only 5 away. Lutu, McGrath, a little shuffle. Poulier, Russambale, and now McGlone finds support on the inside. Evie McGrath, she's got a double, and the Tigers level.
Well, we've spoken about her passing game. We've spoken about her lovely instinctive kick for her try. But this one, this is just backing up. This is just wanting to put yourself in a position to make a difference. And Evie McGrath does this so brilliantly. She almost got a little bit muddled up there on the Harvey Norman replay. You see her sort of stymie that step, but look at her wrap around and the urgency she shows to get in position to score this 4-pointer. I hope this one gets cleared because this is just effort. This is all effort from the Tigers.
Yeah, good hands too to catch that last pass from the winger, but Evie McGrath, so impressive. We haven't seen, I mentioned in the first half that we didn't really see the halves link up. Obviously that new combination, but they looked really nice where they found one another then, and what a great moment. She's really starting to find her feet in NRLW. I even saw the ref have a bit of a grin when she got the ball down there. Even the ref was happy.
This is
looking at a possible obstruction.
So she catches it on the inside shoulder. She moves out to the outside on this play.
It's looking at the run of Evie McGrath. She catches the ball on the inside of the second lead runner and runs behind her own
But
player,
nobody is
which
impeded.
affects Shania Power's ability to continue to defend the play. We have a decision.
I love Casey Badger. I think she's a great referee, but I don't think that Shania Power is impeded whatsoever in that run.
JT, sideline, how'd you see that one?
I'm true blue Cowboys, but I can't agree with the decision in the bunker there. The letter to the law, this is it, but it doesn't impede anyone in this play. So I don't know how they can make that decision. Very unfortunate for the Tigers. The Cowboys, they're on the back foot at the moment, and Lasana Lutu is really taking control of this Tigers team. So look for her to have a big, strong finish to this game.
Yeah, and unfortunately here for the Tigers, Cheyenne McGlone is being helped from the field. I wonder if she's just got twisted up in that contact that led to that no try. But I agree with JT on this one. I understand that the rule is if you catch it on the inside and then you make your way to the outside, it's a penalty, but I don't think anybody's impeded. And here, this is the contact. She gets twisted up and then lands heavily. And that is a shame for Evie McGrath. She's been very good on debut.
Cheyenne McGlone getting helped off the field. Relief for the Cowboys. And after this, we're heading down to Netstrata Jubilee Stadium, where it's pretty much the last chance for the Dragons if they're to make a late push for the NRLW semi-finals. St George Illawarra against the Canberra Raiders. Up next, live and free on Nine's Wide World of Sports. The Dragons, they're on a roll, Roo. They were impressive last week, weren't they?
They certainly were. 42 points they put on the board. And I have to say, Angelina Tiakaranga Katoa and Alexis Tainier have been immense through the middle for the Dragons this year.
You're still an Illawarra girl at heart, Roo?
Of course, I'm a Steelers girl.
So 18 points to 14, just when we thought the Tigers had levelled. Controversial call. The Cowboys will take that. Sarika Muka, 5 short of halfway. S.A. Banu now, 5 tests for the PNG Orchids. Banu, and Kira Dibb. She's got the dropsies.
Not happy with that either, Kira Dibb. That pass from Manzelman, it was heading up above her head. They need to get that right, particularly at this part of the game. When they're only 4 points ahead, there's obviously fatigue and the conditions are pretty tricky, but the fundamentals of the game just make the flow so much easier, and your dummy half pass is the first thing to set up that whole attacking play.
Let's go down to JT with an injury update.
Yeah, Montana Clifford has been brought from the field. She got a head knock, category 3. I could see claret coming out of her nose as she walked past, so she'll be assessed for 15 minutes and we'll get an update.
Thanks, JT. Never far from the action, he's all over it. The Tigers, Cowboys just struggling to find some momentum at the moment. And the West Tigers, they're still going, and look at this. Another offload away, and again, Evie McGrath there in support. Saville, her fellow debutante, was there waiting the pass.
She's playing on the wing now, Saville.
Looks like it, doesn't it? Pryor's back on. Here's Christian Pio. Ball's gone backwards.
Touched.
Renke. Met by Chester. And now Tongatuki should be hard to stop from here.
Oh,
Three.
Sarah Tongatuki, she did all the hard work.
I saw her screaming for that from here.
Penalty, yep.
It's off the back fence.
Oh.
Look at it go.
Well, it's just that last-ditch effort by Kira Dibb. Just played at the football. She was over for all money. But they've still got the ball here, the Tigers.
And that is the definition of a try saver from Dibb. There's Christian Pio now. So Pryor, Lutu, Vetti Welsh, chance here for the Tigers. Horn, Pollard, Rebecca Pollard. The Tigers, they finally get the try that levels the scores, and here they come.
Well, Evie McGrath denied on the left edge, but Pollard cannot be denied on the right. I love this shift in movement, but the Harvey Norman replay, look at that service out of 9. It gets Lutu straight onto that 4 defender. And then it's just a nice draw pass for the Tigers. This is really good stuff. I love that Bovete Welsh has swung around there and is doing more of a ball-playing role for the Tigers today.
Yeah, I'm enjoying watching Lasana Lutu as well. She's got so much intent behind her ball playing. Knows exactly who she needs to target. She just runs straight at her opposition back row to create that space on the right edge. But I tell you what, Sarah Tongatuki, that run was just incredible. She's been running like that all day, but set them up with that fresh set. Just have a look at Lasana Lutu. So much intent behind the way that she's playing her footy. And then Bovete Welsh does a similar thing, just times her run off the back, and great passing to execute out there to the winger. Just really good footy when they execute like that, the Tigers.
And JT, an outstanding team try for the Tigers.
Yeah, I mentioned Lasana Lutu earlier. She needs to get the ball on her hands as much as possible if there any chance of winning, and that's what she did. She got the ball in her hands early and sets that try up.
Kick from the sideline to give the Tigers the lead. Oh, it was just underneath the crossbar.
It shaved the crossbar, didn't it?
So the Tigers,
18-all, how good's this?
18-all. They've actually scored a try more than the Cowboys. And 18-all as we take another look at this try to Rebecca Pollard.
A good movement on the right too, and Horn giving the ball at just the right time. We spoke about she maybe have missed a couple of opportunities in the first half. That's definitely cleaned up in the second, and they're scoring points now, and I think that's definitely a real sort of pep in the step now for the Tigers.
There's a concerned-looking Ricky Henry. The West Tigers. Ranky. Plenty of vigour in that run, of course. Round 7 it is, so this weekend, and then 2 more regular season games for all our NRLW teams.
Yeah, a couple of challenges on the Cowboys' hands. They've got the Roosters and then the Knights to finish off the season. So to be in contention for the finals, they first and foremost need to be winning today's game, but it doesn't get any easier from here, that's for sure.
Talataina, offload back on the inside. Pryor. The West Tigers, Ranky from Tongatuki.
Last tackle up to Taya. Here we are.
North Queensland under siege here at the moment. It's the Tigers, McGrath, and now Vetti Welsh. Throws a little dummy, and she'll take the tackle, but not a bad place to turn over the football.
No, you want to try and finish in that corner, but it's going to be imperative now that the Tigers defensively have discipline. They don't give penalties away and give a leg up to the Cowboys to get out of trouble. And they really need to just turn up and start being really physical with the Cowboys, try and muscle them out of the game.
Strong run here from Lavinia Taulaliku. Taulaliku there up to the 20. Now Goldthorpe. So 18 points all. Just repeating the Tigers, well, they're actually on a 13-game losing streak, the West Tigers, and some big numbers there, Alana.
Yeah, incredible. The Westpac red zone, the play the balls. The Cowboys were ahead last time we had a look in the first half. This is a great run. Up the guts, good footwork, but the Tigers well and truly dominating, playing the footy up the right end of the field at the moment.
Yeah, Jatea Faifua is on the field. And fresh for North Queensland. There's Francesca Goldthorpe. And now Yarrow.
Nevada, we've been talking to the all game.
Oh, that hurts.
10 metres, no.
Penalty, you can't go quicker
Not
than
on
10.
10 metres.
Penalty on fourth.
On the ruck, yes.
After
not
they
on
lost
10
the
metres.
ruck.
What are you doing?
Well, they just got a little
Okay,
bit
just wait.
disjointed through the middle, and
Hold the
Emma
line.
Manzelman came up with the right pass.
So S.A. Banu, and now it's the Cowboys on the charge.
Up, Christian! Go line! Wait!
12 and a half minutes to play. Will we see golden point, perhaps?
Ebony up, both.
Tigers certainly making a game of this. Banu again. Banu, she's over the try line. Can she get the ball down?
Plenty of orange jerseys.
Time off on tackle 3. Straight out, SA. Time's off.
Salatangatiki has stayed down after that contact. It was a big bustling run. Banu trying to make her way over the try line. Oh yeah, she's got a little bit of claret.
As we have a look at the replay here, S.A. Banu, always hard to stop that close to the line. They trailed 18 points to 4, the Tigers. Scored the last 14 points. And we are set for a grandstand finish.
Yeah, this is so good. It's a pretty tricky position to defend their line. Talataina did a good job just to turn her, but there might be a bit of a head knock here for Salatangatiki, which is a shame because both of her stints today have been vital for the way that the Tigers have been playing their footy, both sides of the ball. So this is a big blow for the Tigers. Do you reckon, Rue?
Yeah, well, she won't be back. 57 minutes, it's only a 70-minute game. And she provided plenty of punch. She came on early for her second stint. And I saw the trainer just allow that, or just notify that it was an HIA, and I think that's a huge loss for the Tigers.
So only 10 away here. The Cowboys, Lillian Yarrow. And Lillian Yarrow will play this a metre away. And now Manzelman fires it to Dibb. Goldthorpe, Whitfield, changes direction. Whitfield, and straight into Natasha Penatani and also Osana Lutu from the Tigers. Back to Dibb, little kick in behind. It came off Talataina, and the Tigers have it with Betty Welsh.
Well, really strong defensive set there from the Tigers. They scrambled when they needed to. They made sure that they got in front of Kira Dibb for that kick and trapped it brilliantly. It's a tough place to work their way out of, but defensively held up to the task very well.
So they managed to hang on there, the Tigers. Lie Rasambale just short of the 30. And late offload from Pios, they keep it alive. George Renke. A strong shot there from Yarrow, 15 on 15.
Beauty.
Lutu linking up with Horn. Pollard timed to run well, but Horn takes the tackle. 39 away. Lutu, crossfield kick. And bouncing ball. Tricky one. Oh, she did well there. Tauhalaliku, who turns defence into attack. Tauhalaliku over the 30, over the 40. Lavinia Tauhalaliku, she's away into open pastures over the 30. Here comes Betty Welsh. Tauhalaliku, will she go all the way? Oh, boy. Oh, boy, what a run.
Don't look away.
And the Cowboys now. And here she is, Jatea Faifua, with some fancy footwork, dancing and prancing her way over the try line.
Well, Faifua scored the 4 points, but it was Tohalaliku that came up with a beautiful read in defence. She gets herself in position here. The Harvey Norman replay, the bouncing ball, it's up in the air, and there was Piliara Sambale was just contesting for her. But look at this footwork. She in, away, she moves. She powers through the line. And here, I think there's 3 or 4. 3 Tigers jerseys around her. She manages to hold on to the ball, which is really important. And then off the back of it, they play on the front foot. Naikore straight to Faifua. And I think Nevada George was called out there, but you know, that is a tough one for the Tigers because they were mounting pressure, but this is great hit back from the Cowboys.
But she made a few of them look silly, didn't she? JT, what was that like at ground level?
Oh, it was outstanding by the number 14, Faifu. She made a line break with the first touch of the ball when she came on in the second half, so she's got some incredible skills, and the Cowboys certainly needed that. Just an update with Montana Clifford. She has failed her HIA, and Tongatuki is a Category 3, so she'll be assessed for 15 minutes, but obviously she won't be back with time will be finished with the 70 minutes with the girls.
Jataya Faifua summed it up beautifully in such a short space of time, former Gold Coast Titan. And as Alana and Rue were saying, it was all set up by that run from Tau Halaliku. The Cowboys edge back in front inside the final 10 minutes. Kira Dibb, an important one, and she nails it. So a converted try, the difference. Don't forget, coming up, the St George Illawarra Dragons. They'll host the Canberra Raiders from Netstrata Jubilee Stadium right here on Nine's Wide World of Sports. There's Tegan Berry. And the Dragons, they've got plenty to play for. They can still play finals. The equation is simple for them. They have to keep winning. And they'll have a stern test this afternoon against the Raiders side, who haven't won a game since round 1, so they'll be pretty keen for a win as well.
Yeah, I think the Raiders are one of those clubs that's always so strong, and they'll certainly make it tricky for the Dragons to get that win that they're absolutely desperate for to keep their finals hopes alive.
So 4 tries apiece in this one, but the Cowboys lead 24 to 18. And Nia Corey is through. Vitalina steps up the fullback, finds support in Whitfield, tries to get away from Horn and Pollard. And Jakaya Whitfield putting on a stepping clinic here. Is she held? Well, they called held. I don't know if she was held.
Not a chance.
So she plays it on the 30. She could have kept going. And the Cowboys are through again. Lillian Yarrow. Yarrow, a little don't argue. She's over. And the Cowboys, they put their foot down right when it matters most.
Covered in spiders, a few of those Cowboys players. Nia Corey kicking things off. Jakaya Whitfield did a brilliant job as well. You get to see here on the Harvey Norman replay. This is from the get-go, just finding space. She is very light on her feet. She's got great footwork, great pace as well, but just not sticking any of those tackles, the Tigers, which surprised me because they did a brilliant job at defending their line not so long ago, but not making the crucial tackles. I didn't think this was held, but it did allow for a quick play the ball through, and again, footwork and pace straight through contact. Not good enough in defence, but brilliant to see some players light on their feet breaking the line.
Yeah, absolutely. And off the kickoff in particular, I liked the fact that Nokore skipped out and just mined that gap between the 5 and 4 defender. So that's 4 out and 5 out from that sideline, and found space. Then off the back of it, everything was just square and hard. Yarrow did very, very well, but that defence should have definitely been up for that one, the Tigers, and this is great work from the Cowboys.
Decisions under review. Looking for a possible knock-on in the ground.
Oh boy, we're going to take a look at this one.
No, not yet.
Yeah, as she went to ground, it came loose.
Play's been cleared up until this point. I'm just looking at the grounding here from Lillian Yarrow.
There.
At this point,
Lost.
there's clear separation between the arm and the ball is knocked on in the end goal. We have a decision.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, 20 metre.
Well, the Tigers somehow miraculously still in the
20
game.
metre.
Can you believe it? Yarrow failing to ground the football.
Tap. Just wait.
Well, it was just good chase by the Tigers' defence to not give up. I think it was Saville that came in off her wing for that last-ditch effort.
So still a 6-point game, 24 to 18. Let's have one more look at this.
Yeah, it was. What a great effort.
That was Evie McGrath.
Evie
My
McGrath.
apologies.
Evie McGrath.
Evie McGrath, good stuff. But on debut, hasn't she had a cracking game?
Yeah, she's been exceptional. Do you know what? I've seen her confidence throughout this game grow, which is obviously going to be key. You can see that she's a great footballer. But on debut today, in a pretty key role in a side. Lasana Lutu's done a great job to steer the ship for the most part. But yeah, she's one to keep an eye on. I think she'll be playing NRLW for quite some time, Evie McGrath.
So Tara Renke, the former Raider. Of course, we're yet to see a Golden Point match in season 2024 in the NRLW. The Tigers within striking distance here. Vetty Welsh almost opens them up. Talataina straight and hard. Last play coming up for the Tigers. Pryor. Here's Lasana Lutu. Crossfield kick. And knocked on by the Cowboys. They'll get it back here, the Tigers.
Pressure's on for the Cowboys. There's only 6 in it, and they look confident when they're attacking. You can see their coach, Brett Kamali, Noddy, just trying to get some messages out there. I'm not sure that they'll make it there that quickly. But it's an exciting point of the game for the Tigers to get back into it.
And it certainly does look like Chelsea Sapple's playing on that left wing.
Yeah, she is. She's moved out there, obviously, with that injury to McGlone. It's a very makeshift left edge, but they're coming up with the right options at the moment.
So from the scrum win, Lutu right at the line. Horn using her footwork. Breaks the first tackle attempt. Rakaya Horn, now Pryor, Lutu. They're lining up here, the Tigers. Lasana Lutu! Stepping her way to the try line, reaches out, plants it down.
Kept things simple, didn't they? A little bit of ball movement. Lasana Lutu's had a really strong performance this game. She's stepped up. You get to see here on the Harvey Norman replay, she actually just comes back on the inside of her centre and then the half. She saw a little bit of a disconnect, and just have a look at the Cowboys' feet. They don't keep moving. They plant their feet. Lasana Lutu, she's been on the move all day, constantly scanning and quite often finding that right edge, but just sees the feet planted from the Cowboys and takes on those soft inside shoulders. Good footy from the halfback.
Yeah, what I also like about that play is she identified that the defence was up and sliding on the line. So because of the breaks they've made down that right edge, you can just see the defence is up and out straight away. That's why she's able to prop off that outside foot a couple of times. She goes back to where Fran Goldthorpe was defending, back against the grain.
JT, how are the nerves down there at the moment?
Yeah, still pretty nervous. Lasana Lutu's making me very nervous. She's been outstanding for the Tigers. She did that chip and chase and regathered as well, but she's got great shape on her right edge that she runs as well. So the evolution for her will be organising both edges and getting the ball in her hands as much as possible. So she's been outstanding for the Tigers today. I've been really impressed.
Important kick, this one. Needs to land, it's across the face. My goodness, 24 points to 22. The Tigers with a slender 2-point advantage. The Cowboys, I should say, with a 2-point advantage, 24 points to 22.
Well, we've seen a number of errors this game. So this particular set of 6, the Tigers will want to get through their set, work really hard, get themselves into good position, and then just be nice and clean defensively. They've been able to find some space and some speed through the ruck, but with that loss of Tongatuki, everyone else is going to have to step up.
So back ready to go again. Cowboys 24, Tigers 22, and just over 4 minutes remaining.
Up together, square markers, hold, hold.
The Tigers still in the contest. Searching for their first win in a long time. Natasha Penatani plays on the 30. But they just keep on keeping on, these West Tigers.
Yeah, they have to. They can't give up. Only 2 points in it, and they've looked good when they get down into their good ball area. And this is great lead-up work. Look, tackle 4, they're already into good ball.
What a run from Brooke Talatona. She's been outstanding today. PO. On to Renke. They're getting a lot from their bench today too, the Tigers. Renke straight up the guts there. Evie McGrath, she's already scored on debut. Poulier Rassambale needs to stay in field here. Good effort from Peters defensively.
Yeah, great read, Jasmine Peters. They looked like they were building for something there. Poulier Rassambale was trying to position her winger, but Peters just loomed up, shut the ball down.
Lavinia Tauhalaliku. Strong from Nevada George. Over the top. Nakore. Francesca Goldthorpe onto Jakaya Whitfield. Manzelman and Harden's back on the field. What a recovery.
Yeah, good signs for the veteran.
Manzelman takes off.
She's fitting well. Menzelman, great ruck recognition. Did she lose that?
Time off. Emma, on the mark. You can't go to the side. Careful.
Not happy.
Last tackle. Time off. Go.
Looked like the ball bobbled out there for a moment. Dib goes high.
That's a good kick.
They need to catch this one cleanly. The Tigers, oh, it bounces. Betty Welsh, she'll be praying this one goes over, and it does.
Good girl.
So
I wanted her to
tackle
be,
set.
Yeah, I wanted her to be brave with that one, Bovete Welsh. And here she goes on the charge.
And this will be 0 coming up here for the Tigers. So with less than 2 minutes to go, it's now or never for the West Tigers.
Well, they have to. They travelled a fair distance in their last set without the extra tackle. So look at this, straight away, almost at halfway on tackle 1.
Micaiah Horn have scored an extra try than the Cowboys today. They'll have to score one more.
Up together. Square markers.
Brilliant run there. Pollard, what a game she's having. And now Lutu linking up with Penatani it is. Natasha Penatani. And now Lasana Lutu again. She's looking real dangerous, isn't she? Horn.
Up, Kira. Goal line.
Well, she's getting busy, Lasana Lutu.
And here's Talataina, who might fancy her chances.
Held. Last tackle.
Might fancy the chances on the short here too.
Last tackle prior, they go short side. Lutu kicking behind. Knock on, was it from Naikora?
Yes.
Yes, it was.
Set the scrum, girls.
Well, it was a nice little kick from Lasana Lutu. She just flattened the
Time
ball. They're going to challenge
Coming
it.
into tackle 1 case. Cowboys are challenging decision of a knock on in
You
the
just
field
see
of play.
she turned it and kicked the belly of the ball. Just to make the handling a little bit trickier. And we'll get to see if she scammed it.
Play's been cleared up to this point.
Yeah, her left hand is still on the ball. It's fingertip stuff, isn't it?
It looked like a knock on in real time.
Yeah, this angle probably sell it.
Vitalina Nakora knocks a ball.
Yeah, there it is.
The captain's challenge is
Happy with that.
unsuccessful.
And they
Happy
have
with
to
that.
challenge it, don't they?
Yeah.
Like with 40 seconds to go, 50 seconds to go.
And they've
you
just
can't
got
take
a
it with
fresh set
Yeah.
on their line. It was a great kick from Lasana Lutu. She's been a good leader and made some really good decisions as the halfback of this Tigers side. This is a crucial set of 6.
Alana, what play would you be drawing up here for if you're the Tigers?
Well, I just think that the halves, or do you mean off this set piece? Well, the left edge. The left edge looks pretty good. I like Evie McGrath, but I think then after that, Lasana Lutu and Evie McGrath have probably got to link up.
Well, they've listened to you, Alana. Here they come, the Tigers.
Emma, stand up.
Evie McGrath, can they steal this one in the final minute? Betty Welsh now, Christian Pio. She's been sensational once again for Wests.
Hold here.
They're close enough, if good enough.
hang on,
Tongatuki's back on the field. Sarah Tongatuki.
Held. Emma,
We didn't think we were going to see her back. That 15 minutes went quick, didn't it?
Pryor, Lutu, Betty Welsh, Pollard, inside to Horn.
Good scramble. Great scramble from the Cowboys.
Get past Whitfield and Naikore.
Last play.
And here it comes now, Talataina. Last tackle, they've got to get a quick play the ball here. They've got to get to the play the ball. Oh no, time has beat them.
They've done it.
A devastating finish for the Tigers, oh so close. The Cowboys hang on, 24 points to 22. It was 5 tries to 4 in favour of the Tigers, but North Queensland get it done only just. Cowboys 24 defeat the Tigers 22.